Don't you just hate them?
Starting there.
Like, aren't they just the worst ever?
I'm not a fan of the
Crackers.
honkies.
I hate honkies and crackers.
Those wallpapers.
Anyway, welcome back, everyone, to the latest and much awaited episode of Knuckle Deep. It's been a rough week. We haven't been able to get into the studio, and by the studio I mean sit down in our desks and get on a Zoom call and record.
And record from a few hundred
Right.
miles away from each other.
But today we're going to talk about our recent adventures returning to our dormitories at the universities that we currently attend. It was snowing blizzardly outside during those.
The entire Midwest is experiencing a cold
The
front and a
entire
blizzard
Midwest
like
has
no
been
ever.
honkified. It's all white.
Yeah.
It's just white everywhere, all over the ground. One big cracker.
One big cracker.
Yeah. Anyway, but
and we also had a wintry
yeah, it wasn't a fun
too.
adventure like the word adventure entails. It was actually terrifying, and I thought I was going to die.
Yeah. And then we'll have a tier list that
of course
I think is going to be a good one,
because it wouldn't be one of our episodes without one. But after this week, it's going to really start.
It's going to be a
miscellaneous because we've covered all the main ones. After this week,
that's true.
It's going to be like, what's your favorite
real creative
gas? You like 87 or 93?
In 42.
Anyway, you want to start with your blizzardly escapade?
Well, first, I know in the past, I guess 2 or 3 episodes, you've talked about the guy that held the door open for me, and added me on Snapchat, and he's been haunting me ever since. And I don't know what to do about it. This guy will not stop showing up in my life. Every time, the last 3 times I've gone to the dining hall, he's been in the line, very close to me. And so I've also been rushing a fraternity, see if it's something I like. And, I went to watch the Super Bowl with some of the guys, and they pick me up and they go, "Hey, do you know this guy by this name?" And I recognized, I guess, just his Snapchat. I recognized his name. And I was like, "Yeah, I do know him." And he's like, "Yeah, he's going to be there tonight. He's thinking about joining."
No.
And so, you're just hanging out with some guys watching the Super Bowl. You just wear something comfortable and casual. Maybe if you're repping a team, you wear that. You wear some football stuff. And this guy, he comes in a purple checkered button up, khakis, and like Asics running shoes.
There's nothing wrong with that inherently. It's just strange garb to wear to a frat rush Super Bowl party.
And that's also like the universal uniform for I'm a serial killer.
I mean, the checkered purple is a strange choice.
That's what Bill Gates wears.
He's dead.
Nope.
He's not dead?
No.
Wait, really? Bill Gates isn't dead?
No.
I thought he was.
You thought he was dead?
I thought Mark Zuckerberg was the last big guy.
No, Elon Musk is the richest man in the world now.
Over Jeff Bezos?
Mm-hmm.
Good for Elon. At least now the richest man can actually understand meme culture. Whatever. Anyway, back to purple shirt.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see where this goes next, because there was also, it was about 2 nights after the Super Bowl, and I go up to get my meal, and I get it to go because I don't want to sit in there with all those nasty COVID bears. And so I go to my room to eat, and he lives in the same dorm as me, and we're going back, and Guess what? Guess who's holding the door open for me for about 250 feet out? It's him. He's standing there, and he's not. He hasn't even noticed me. He's just holding the door open, standing and holding his meal with both hands. Like he has his back to the door. So I'm like, okay, maybe I have to. Maybe I should just go do something really quick, and he might just leave. And so I go grab a drink, and I use like my meal card. You can use it to get drinks and stuff. So I get a drink,
Yeah.
and I go back, and that took a while because I don't know how to use the machine. And he's still there holding the door open at my dorm. So I just go up there, and he goes, "Hey, what's your name?"
Wait. Again?
Yes.
Interesting.
And I'm like,
Interesting.
"I'm Braden." He's like, "Okay." And so we get into the elevator, and he puts my floor in. Like he remembered what floor I lived on. But I guess that's his only small talk is asking your name over and over again.
Okay, that's a little strange, but
And then we're like, I'm about to get off, and he goes, "What are you studying?" And like, I get on, like it lands at my floor, and the door's about to open. He goes, "What are you studying?" And I'm like, "Social studies ed." And he's like, "Bye."
he's like, that's a dumb career choice. Hope you have a good day.
And I haven't seen him since because I went home for the weekend. But good God, will he stop haunting me? What did I do?
He will
What did I do?
he will linger in the background for the rest of your life. Cuz you can tell he will outlive you.
Oh, by at least 3 centuries.
Yeah, I was going to say 300 years, yeah. Yeah. But we also both went home this weekend cuz it was a 3-day weekend due to
Yeah.
Abraham Alfred Lincoln's umpteenth birthday for lots of times. He's now like
I didn't I
super
didn't
old.
get off for that though, but
Oh, I
maybe
was off for AAL's birthday. I don't know. I have no idea what his middle name is. I just made that up, obviously.
Laundry. Abraham Laundry Lincoln.
Abraham Laundry Lincoln, the 16th president. Anyway, he's like 700 years old now. But
He's okay, yeah. I mean, he's like 140 or something.
it's the
But
same thing. So I'm off for Abe's good old Abe's birthday. What holiday were you off for, or were you just not off?
from Wednesday last week, they canceled school because of cold weather, and it was sleeting for like 2 days straight. And then, so I just went home because it was Valentine's. I was spending time with friends and my girlfriend, and we both had to come back on yesterday, Sunday. I wasn't planning on coming back, but I had to get some stuff for school.
Yeah,
But going down was fine. Like going back home last week was fine
same.
because the weather, the road, I mean, it was snowy. There was snow on the ground, but the roads were fine.
Yeah,
It was
same for me.
completely normal drive. Nothing special or crazy about that drive. And we did get together this weekend. We were going to record in person, but time took that out of our grasps.
Right.
But we did go sledding.
We did. It was very sledacious. And actually, you know what? Before I continue using that word, you can start telling it. I'm going to Google because apparently that's a real word and I don't want it to mean a bad thing. So
Yeah, let's do that.
you can start the story about the sledding. Oh, maybe it's not a real word. It might not be a real word.
It isn't? Okay, so essentially what happened
Oh,
is
there's salacious, which is not sledacious. And that word is not a nice ish word. But sledacious, I think, is good, at least in the spelling we are using. So I think we're
let
fine.
us know if we should not use sledacious after this episode.
Sledacious. Anyway, what if we're just saying it over and over again? It's probably like a horrible word.
I don't know what it could possibly mean.
Yeah, it
Maybe
says
something
your search sledacious did not match any documents. I think we just made a word. The
Well,
act of
guys,
sledding.
sledacious means cool in a wintertime vibe.
I thought I was gonna lose my toes. I really did.
Well, you showed up in Vans.
I did. I
And I
didn't
was
have
like,
any boots.
here's some boots. And then Ethan showed up in running shoes.
That's
And I said,
arguably even worse and more breathable than Vans.
yeah, here is some boots. And he
Anyway,
showed up in a sweatshirt and a puffy jacket, but
whatever.
whatever, whatever. I have some pretty good hills like around my house because I live literally in the middle of a barren wasteland of farmland.
Yeah, you live in a wind tunnel.
Yeah.
Horrible.
It was 10 degrees out, but the wind chill made it feel like it was negative 362 degrees.
Yeah,
And we had some sleds. August brought the best sled,
of course I did.
uh, and it's a double person sled.
That we ended up breaking. It's like a family heirloom in my bloodline, and we broke it. Our Braden and I's magnitude was too large.
But me and August both rode on it, and we plummeted. I'm surprised. I mean, we did kind of change the timeline of the universe
Right.
with our speed
There was
and
a
mass.
tear in the space time continuum after we went down that hill.
But I'm surprised that once we got to the bottom of the hill, we just didn't go into the earth instead of staying on the snow.
We went down to level 11 after we got to the bottom of the hill, dude.
I was truly shocked that we made it that far.
Yeah, it was scary, but it was fun. I really thought my fingers and toes were going to depart from my body. I was going to take
That's
my shoes off and they were going to be a different color.
you just have
I was going to
foot palms,
yeah,
soles.
it's like
That's what they're called.
my foot's in a constant state of the rock and roll emblem cuz it's just my big toe and my pinky toe, or like the devil horns where it's just my big toe and my pinky toe and nothing between them. It would have been sad. I would have been sad. But I still have all my toes, and it was nice to see you in person again, Braden, and to see your lovely girlfriend and Ethan and his lovely girlfriend, and then to just fifth wheel and to ride a sled down a hill with you, my large man.
I thought it was a good time,
It was a good
a
time.
cold time,
Very
Uh,
so very cold.
and there were some injuries.
There was a dead raccoon. There was a raccoon in a tree that had very clearly froze to death, which is sad. But
All we saw was a tail and it's one of its claws.
I've always heard that freezing to death is one of the best ways to go because you just right before you right before you die, you just like feel warm and kind of numb. And then
Yeah, that sounds real nice.
well, I mean it's not like painful, I mean. There's obviously the looming fact of you're going to die, but
and and that you're watching your body kill itself slowly.
there was a story of this woman who it was like the temperature was like negative 10 or negative 20 degrees outside, so obviously the windshield was even colder.
Right.
And she crashed her car, and so she tried to walk to her friend's house. She collapsed 15 feet in front of her friend's door, froze to death. They thawed her out, and she was completely fine.
No.
Yes, that really happened. So
How cold was it?
I don't know, but it like perfectly preserved her body, froze everything in her, and she unfroze and was fine. So I guess
See, I think that's interesting. Like, what happens to people that are technically dead and then come back? Like,
yeah, yeah, it's this
what be
strange thing.
what be going on there? What be going on?
What be going on? Anyway, that was our sladacious story. Again, hoping that's I'm really hoping that's not a bad word. Google doesn't know what it is, so it might not be a bad word. But we're gonna talk about our stories of driving back from our houses. I'll start with mine. It
Go for it.
I left my house. It's about a 2 hour, maybe 2.5 hour drive from my house to my for my college, and I leave my house around 5, but it's also winter, so it gets dark at 5:01.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm driving mostly in the dark. It wasn't that bad until about um 30-45 minutes out from my school
Yeah.
when I
Oh, I
stopped
mean,
being able to see the road.
right before 6, it just started raining down ice
Yeah,
and
it was bad.
painful snow,
Yeah, and
painful amounts of
it
snow.
probably would have been fine if I was on like a back road or something. I was on the interstate, going interstate speeds because that's the speed limit. And it was fine. I knew there wouldn't be any ice on the road because the roads weren't wet
Hmm.
before this happened. It was just the scariest part was just not being able to see the lines on the side of the road and being knowing when there's a turn based on the taillights of the semi truck 400 feet in front of you.
Yes. If I didn't have a guy in front of me the whole time, I would have just driven in fields. I would just be lost.
It's like that scene from Interstellar, just driving through a cornfield, but until you get back to your college, it's like we'll get there eventually. It's fine.
I'm going south.
Go in the right direction. We'll get there, or we'll get close
But
to it.
like, how was your town though when you got there?
Bad. I live north of where Braden and I are from, only about 2 hours north, so you wouldn't think that it would be any colder. Nope, it is. It's almost consistently 4 degrees colder all
That's
the time.
just crazy to me.
And it was so bad. And that leads me to a little side story. The last time I came home, it wasn't snowing. It was a fine drive on the way back, but my heat has recently stopped working in my truck, or
Oh
my
my god.
or my temperature sensor is like locked at a certain temperature so it won't get hotter than like slightly under room temperature.
That's not good.
So last time I came home, I checked the weather when I was done bringing my stuff in because I could not feel my toes. Little rubber bullets at the end of my foot. It was bad. It was really bad. And so I was not going to make or the when that happened the first time, it was feels like -6 outside. I was not happy and neither were my toes. Point is,
But
oh, go ahead.
no, but like this last time, was your heat working better?
No.
So you were just living off of body heat in your truck.
Pretty much. Well, on my drive home last week, my heat worked fine and I didn't drive my truck at all this weekend, so I was under the
Impression that it would be
impression
fine.
that it was working and it was not.
Hmm.
Wasn't working. So I get back to my dorm and I'm like, I'm not doing this again. So I walk up to my room, take my shoes and socks off, sit on my floor and use my hair dryer and warm up my toes. I sat on the floor for about 5 to 10 minutes with my hair dryer on high until I could very vaguely feel my toes again.
Oh my god.
And then I put on this little Calvin Klein jacket that I have that's supposed to it like markets as keeping you 7 degrees warmer. So I have that. I have a hoodie, a fleece hoodie on. I have this Calvin Klein jacket zipped, and then I put my big gray Carhartt on over that.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
have my hood up and my mask on, and I have these steel-toed boots that are pretty much like cold air proof because they go almost all the way up to your knees. And
Yeah.
I put those on, and I look ridiculous, but I'm not freezing to death. I put my Carhartt gloves on that are waterproof and also insulated, and I go and get the rest of my stuff, and I live, and my toes live, and my fingers live. All my digits are safe, and I couldn't be happier, except for I could be happier because I would have loved none of that to have happened. And I could have just done it when it was like 60 degrees outside.
Well, I'm glad that you have all of your digits,
Yes, they're all here. All 20 of
and
them.
I'm glad that you survived even when you were driving in the equivalent of a meat locker uh, back to your college.
Yeah, it was not my brightest moment, not my warmest moment. I was very unhappy. I stopped at like 3 different gas stations along the way just to warm up. It was bad. And then and then in this dumb state that we live in, I drive an old, I'll say it, an old Suburban. It has a 40, I think a 40-gallon gas tank or two 20-gallon gas tanks.
Yeah.
And gas here is $2.69. That is so ridiculous. That is so ridiculous. That is so high for I put in 40 dollars into my gas tank and was at 3/4 of a tank from just under half a tank.
Oh my god.
I was so unhappy the whole ride home. Not home, back to this dumb little shoebox that I live in. But
Well,
it was horrible.
you want to hear something that might make you a little upset?
Maybe.
Um, so I go to school in Missouri, and gas here is like a
Free.
dollar
It's like
80,
free. It's pretty much free.
and I drive just like a little Toyota Corolla, so I can fill up my car for like $17,
Yes.
and with those $17, I can make the trip home 2.5 times.
Yes. I cannot. But I guess
Like
it's my fault because I love my truck, but I won't
I
stop
I
complaining.
drove from my school to the borderline, and I always fill up before I go back in Illinois.
Yeah, so you don't have to pay Illinois prices.
So I had like a quarter tank. I had like 3 miles left of distance, but it's always perfect. I fill up. I got home, and even with my driving around all weekend, I can still drive back here. And right now in my car, I have like a third a tank,
I hate you. I hate you and your dumb Corolla.
and it
I've been
was
talking to
so
my
cheap.
parents. Maybe like I've been thinking about getting a little car cuz
I mean,
I mean
for commuting,
I love my truck. I love my truck so much. I'm so thankful to even have a car, but two,
yeah,
to have such a spacious car that can take all my stuff to and from school when I need it to. But I'm really just thinking about a Honda Civic that the heat works.
yeah.
All I
And
need is the heat to work.
gas mileage is very nice and good.
All I need is the heat to work. I need the there to be an aux cord and
Big trunk.
a big trunk. Those all of those things are in an early 2000s Honda Civic.
I mean, that is the way to do it.
Yeah.
Honda Civics can drive until, I mean, you can get 700,000 miles on them and still have one wheel, and you're doing fine.
You're driving in circles, but you're driving in infinite circles.
Yeah. You can drive in circles for 3 days on a quarter tank. So, I mean,
Yeah.
really, how are you going to judge people? People that have Honda Civics are living life.
Yeah. I used to rip on people with Priuses, but I kind of want a Prius.
They're extremely ugly and look horrible,
The new ones are
but
not the worst looking. They
yeah.
would look a lot better if they had bigger wheels. It's like a half of a potato and then little tiny bead wheels.
No, it's like a taco shell, and then you're using olives.
Yeah. Yes. That's a very accurate comparison of what a Prius looks like. But dude, to drive that far and to not have to pay for gas kind of sounds awesome.
Yeah, you'd save so much money.
Yeah, I would. Uh to come home this past week on my drive home, I stopped at a gas station and I was just going to fill up so I could have gas to get home and then gas for the weekend. I was not near empty. I wasn't even past a quarter of a tank. $60. $60 and the pump didn't stop. I had to stop the pump at $60 cuz I wasn't going to go anymore. So it could have held more gas,
Yeah,
but it was still past my full mark. So
Paris my F.
past my F. $60.
I'm glad. I'm glad I have the car I have.
Uh-huh.
Um,
I bet.
it's I wanted like a bigger car because I like to be manly and cool and stuff, but I don't care anymore because I'm spending $17 on a trip back home for the weekend.
Yeah, I'm spending more than 100 actually because 60 to get home, 40 to get back. I need a job.
Well,
I need a job really bad. I think I'm going to go
so do
apply for
I.
a job this week.
I just want to get my taxes back.
I just want to make dollars so I can buy myself food instead of being like, "Hey mom."
Mail me ramen.
Oh, I don't like ramen. Ramen sucks.
But yeah, speaking of driving back home, I have a small car, which it does fine in the snow. It did great. I was very proud of it.
Yeah.
I was very proud of my car for what it handled.
Yeah.
Um, but that trip home, it was a roller coaster because there were parts of it where, because I'm driving through like just a highway through the state. It's not an interstate, and there aren't like really any stops. There's one stop sign pretty much on the way down, but you're driving through all these small towns. And I guess they each have different rules about plowing and things. So you drive through some of the bigger ones and the roads would be clear. And then in between the towns, it was like, I mean, the road was completely covered in snow.
Yeah.
And without, if this truck wasn't in front of me, obviously, I guess he can just read the snow and he's like, this is where the road goes. Um, but like, there are parts of the road where you had to drive in the middle of it. Like you had to drive in the middle of the road. When there was oncoming traffic, you moved.
Right.
But for like most of the time, I was just driving down the middle of this road, and I was going probably like 35 miles an hour on a road that you usually go like 60.
Yeah.
So that was an absolute blast.
That sounds
And
awful.
then and then I had to take this bridge that was built in
This bridge.
1213.
Alexander the Great crossed this here bridge,
Yeah.
even though that was on the other side of the world.
And there was no snow on it until the middle. There was like a snow drift on the road. So it was like a speed bump. So I had to just, hop that. And then I was like, right when you cross the bridge, there's gas stations on either side. And I was like, I don't care. I don't need gas. I'm just going back,
I'm an
which I had
alpha.
enough gas. But yeah. And then the roads were pretty good. Like the interstate, there was one lane that was plowed and one that wasn't. So if I was passing like an idiot, like there were some people that were just driving 10 miles an hour on an interstate
Right.
and not in a lane. They just weren't in a lane.
Yeah.
So that makes other people have to pass you in the snowy lane so you can get back on the clear lane and drive safely instead of driving behind a hockey puck.
A hockey puck.
And then also like semi trucks.
Jeez.
Like they just don't drive in a lane
Yeah.
when it's snowing, I guess. They just drive in the middle of the road. So you're stuck behind them.
Right.
And they're usually going way too fast for driving a building. So
Yeah.
that was scary at times. And then everything's peachy. I get into town and I'm about to pull into my dorm parking lot, and it's like downhill. And either side is kind of clear, but in the middle, there hasn't been plowed like where the turn lane is. So my plan was I'm going to turn on my blinker real early, stay in the plowed lane because I don't want to slide or anything. Um, and so I turn my blinker real early and I slow down in just the driving lane, not the turn lane, so I don't get an accident. And the truck behind me passes me in the turn lane that's covered in snow, is sliding sideways. Like he's perpendicular to my car, trying to pass me, sliding sideways, and then like fishtails out in front of me. So I just look at him and then I turn into my parking lot, which was not easy because there's a little bit of a hill there and no one has driven in this parking lot, so everything's covered in snow.
Right.
I parked probably a mile and a half away because all the spots were gone,
Jeez.
and I was just trucking it through the blizzard. I was carrying all my clothes in a backpack, and
That's
oh my
awful.
god,
That's when you know, uh, paying a lot for gas sucks. But knowing that if I go off the road at some point, that I can probably get back on the road,
yeah,
that's a nice thing to know that I can do in my truck because I have 4-wheel drive and bigger wheels. And
bigger grippy wheels,
yeah, that's
and
nice. That's really nice to know that I will probably be okay if that happens.
my car can stay on a path, but I have no faith that it will hop back on the path.
Right. Well, that's why you're best friends with a guy with a bigger truck. So now I can just pull you anywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just put me on a trailer.
I could probably tie it to like your frame or something and pull you out of a ditch. I don't know. But
No, I'm just saying, if we go places and we need two separate vehicles, we'll just get a
yeah, just
trailer,
yeah.
and then you'll pay for all the gas, and everything's fine.
Yeah, we were all together. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, that'd be a lot. That would be more than one tank of gas getting to anywhere over an hour away. If I was in low pulling a trailer,
Yeah,
that would
that
be
would not
bad.
be good. That
That
would not be good.
I would like you would be able to see my fuel gauge going down.
Visibly.
Yeah, it would be bad.
That's why, like, people who boat, what are you doing, man? Just get the cheapest boat possible. You're spending all your money on gas.
Right. I mean, unless you're a professional boat racer, what do you need?
Yeah.
A raft? What are you doing with a boat that you can't do with a piece of wood?
Or a canoe. You could tape that to a Prius. Take that with you.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why I think Prius should come out. There should be Prius trucks.
I mean, the Tesla truck's pretty much a Prius truck. It's just
Okay.
bulletproof and can
Looks like something from the future,
yeah,
the distant future.
it looks like its main job is to run over pedestrians. I mean,
And look good while
it's
doing
got
it.
that like arrow front so it just chops them in half upon impact.
God, it's really, yeah. I'm looking outside right now, and it is.
Yeah, it's not good. It's bad.
There's like half a foot of snow already,
Yeah.
and it's coming in more.
It's
Like,
looks
it's
like it has no signs of stopping.
no. This is rather redonkulous.
Yeah. I might have to go outside to go get dinner from the other dining hall here and I don't want to cuz no.
I don't have any boots.
That's your
I think
first
I need a.
mistake.
I might need boots with plows on them, just to get where I'm going.
I'm picturing a line of the giant dump trucks with the snowplows on the front. It's like one giant truck, you, and then
Yeah.
a further line of trucks, but you have little shovels on the fronts of your boots.
Yeah, don't worry, guys. I got this road.
Oh, the truck driver's like, he's been doing it for years.
I'm just shuffling.
Oh man. So you wrote in our notes here that you wanted to talk about Mr. Drumpf,
Yeah, Cronald Clump.
chronic lump of sad.
Oh my God. How is this man acquitted?
Yeah. I have
I mean, I know how.
right. I have a little bit mixed opinions on it because although I think he should have gotten in trouble for that ridiculous shit that happened on the 6th,
Yeah.
can we just
I
forget about him? Can we
yeah,
just
let's
move
just
on?
and
Please.
that's kind of what, some Republicans were saying, like, hey, we by the end of it, we're not too fond of him either. All
Right.
right, we just need to all let this go, move on.
Right. Well, we shouldn't let it go. We should remember that it happened because he'll probably try to run again at some point.
Oh yeah,
And
he's
so,
gonna start the Trump party.
yeah, everyone knows how good third parties go.
Yeah, I mean, Jill Jorgensen, she almost won the whole thing last time.
No, she didn't at all. She didn't at all. She got the most votes of any libertarian candidate ever, but it was like 1% in most states.
See, but that's the thing. This last election, people were like, "All right, so who are we putting into the retirement home this year?
Right. And people are starting.
Joe Skeleton Biden or Trump Big Mac Trump?"
God, they're so old. There has to be an age limit, dude.
I know. If you had to be 35 years old to run for president, then you shouldn't allow. You can't be older than 75.
I think 65 should be the cutoff.
Yeah. If you can retire, you should not be working as a president.
Right. If you are not allowed to work in like a factory or a union, you shouldn't be running the country. That is ridiculous.
If you have to go back to the DMV every 6 months to make sure that you can legally drive, then you should not be running a country.
Yeah, yeah. But he's gone. And honestly, I think I'd rather have a half-eaten ham sandwich than him. Like
Yeah. Or
like
just a
like
ball of
half
Play-Doh.
half eaten, dropped on the floor. There's hair on it,
Oh
and
yeah.
it's like flopped open so you can see the
Yeah.
ingredients. It's
Yeah.
but
There's
then again,
mayonnaise on there that's not mayonnaise.
yeah. But
It's
then again,
just
Biden is not going to live very much longer.
I mean, he probably will.
Well,
Just
yeah,
not in a presidential state.
yeah. Next year he's gonna be like, Michelle, come here. And then his wife Jill is like, what? We're not the Obamas.
Come give Barack a back scratch.
Michelle, where's my animal crackers? Jill Biden's gonna be like, honey, that was when you were the vice president.
Yeah. And then Kamala will come in and we'll all be in the military.
Yeah. Or jail or something. I don't
Yeah.
know. I think it's really awesome though that we finally have a female vice president and a female person of color as the vice president.
I know.
It's a really big stride.
Speaking of vice presidents, imagine if Mike Pence was in charge for a little while there. I think we'd all have to wear certain uniforms just to leave our house.
And that's
Men would
just
have to
so
wear suits,
yeah, it would have been bad.
and then women would have to wear school uniforms just to go to the grocery store. They'd have to dress up.
Everyone would be legally required to go buy one of those rugs that has like the road and town on it. You know,
Yeah.
because he just loves playing with his toy cars. Mike Pence does.
Oh God, Mike Pence is the worst.
Mike
Trump
Pence
is the
is the worst.
worst. Biden's old.
After
Kamala's on edge.
it's all just going to shit. But I was thinking when that stuff happened in January, I feel like if Pence was president for the 4 days until Biden's inauguration, I feel like he would have just been like a turtle on its back. It's like, well,
Yeah.
this is how it is. You know,
Help.
help me. I didn't apply for this job and now it's mine.
I'm just background cracker number 3. That's what I signed up for.
I'm honky number 3.
I scream, Trump is right. Man.
Rah, rah, Mike Pence. Rah. Oh man,
He's just a fly trap, man.
it's all going downhill. I was watching John Oliver last night.
I love that show.
Everyone, like every major scientist agrees that this will happen again. The pandemic will happen again. And it's going to be worse the next time.
Oh yeah.
And more
This
people
is
will die and
the first round.
because no one in this dumb I'm wondering how many people will move out of the United States the next time this happens, because the next time we'll be the last country to handle it, just like this time.
We'll have the most deaths.
We'll have the most deaths. It'll just this disease is not a problem in other parts of the world anymore.
Yeah, people are having concerts, parties,
And
living life.
in the country in which there are still people dying every day from it. Super Bowl happened. Stadium filled with people, not filled, but
Okay, but those were vaccinated medical people.
there was a crowd at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they were all frontline workers that have all been vaccinated. The whole crowd.
Then that is nice. But that
Yeah.
still doesn't mean that they aren't spreading COVID.
When I saw it the first time, I was like, "How are there? Like that's full." And then they were like, "And now a special thank you to our frontline vaccinated lifesavers at the Super Bowl 50."
50,
I was like,
55.
"Cool."
55.
55, whatever. And then Brady came out with his walker and whooped ass, but that's besides the point.
And then after that, there's a boat parade
Yeah.
where none of them are wearing masks. They're all partying. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm sure. Well, I'm not sure, but there's probably a good chance that some NFL players are vaccinated. I kind of doubt it, but
Yeah.
it's just. I mean, even
Brady is. He's a senior citizen.
even if all those people were vaccinated, that doesn't mean they didn't spread COVID around. I mean, that it means they probably won't get sick, but they go home after that, and then what? You know? I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's a problem.
It's a
And
problem, and it's only a problem here anymore. Well, it's not only a problem here. I shouldn't say that, but it's a really big problem here
in
still.
countries like the UK, it's a problem there.
Right.
But I don't know. It's just. Come on, guys. Let's just buckle up, take a seat, and let's just finish the freaking ride. All
Right.
right.
Let's wear a mask correctly.
Get a damn vaccine when you can.
Right.
Holy Lord. If you think you're going to grow a tail, then I hope you do.
Right.
And if
What's
you,
in it? I don't know what's in it. Here, let's listen to you rattle off all the things in a flu vaccine
yeah. Or,
or a
or
monster.
next time you have a headache, don't go reach for some pills because did you make them? Did
Nope.
you make those pills?
No.
Mm,
Nope. But
why do you
those
trust them?
I don't trust those pills because they were made in a really short amount of time. Okay. Well, it's either pills or die.
That's like, your grandma makes a cake really fast because she's really good at making cakes. And you're like, I don't know, grandma. I don't trust that cake. That cake is too quickly made and looks too good.
It's too good to be true, Graham. I'm not eating your cake.
Yeah.
Oh
Screw your
man.
cake. I'm gonna bring all my honky friends and get you sick. We're
I
gonna
get
smash your cake.
I get violently angry when I see people wearing a mask and it's not around their nose.
Yeah.
I get
Yep.
violently angry. I want
I'm like,
to pull out deadly weapons and commit crimes.
I just think you should legally be allowed to be tased if you're not wearing your mask properly.
Oh
you know?
man. Oh man, that's really funny.
Like, could you imagine you just see someone strolling and their nose breathing everywhere, and you just see a guy. His name is Mass Mandator, and he walks
God.
around and he just tases people.
He's the vigilante we need.
Could you, Batman, please turn into Mask Man, tase everyone.
Jeez. Oh man. God bless America, right?
Hey, but let's all get together, all right? We're all Americans. We all want to live. We all believe in our country.
I want to live or die trying.
Yeah. So, get to masking, be a homie, and, limit your circle
Yeah.
and be smart. Get your vaccine, and let's get through this.
Yeah.
And Trump, get an island and never come back.
Because we know you're listening. We know you're
Yeah.
one of the nucksters.
No, he's a snakester.
He's a snakester.
He's worse than a snakester. He's a turtler.
Turtler. What's wrong with turtles?
I hate turtles.
What?
We don't have to talk. We can talk about that another time.
I don't think we can talk about that another time. I need to figure out what your discretion is with turtles right now. We've got time to fill.
Turtles are stupid animals, and I hate them.
Even like sea turtles?
Yeah.
Why? What's wrong with turtles?
Turtles, they can do anything they want to you. All right? A snapping turtle could bite half your foot off and then go in its shell. What are you going to do about it? Do you have a sledgehammer to break open that shell and get revenge? I didn't think so. Turtles are ugly. Their shells are stupid. Whoever designed that is drunk. All right? And not only do you think that that's horrible, this slimy green creature that's walking around with a bowling ball home, they can swim. And the ones that can't swim can live in water. So, say you want to go for a freshwater dip, and guess what? There's some green, slimy bowling balls that'll bite off your toes and get back in their ball, and they're going to be perfectly fine.
I have some
I hate
solutions. I
turtles.
have some solutions. One, maybe don't wade into a swamp barefoot. Just an idea. Two, I don't think tortoises can live in water. Don't think they can breathe water
Well,
because
they can, like, go in there.
that's not a reason to not like tortoises. You can go into water. You can't breathe it in.
I hate turtles, all right?
So wait,
It's
so
my least
tortoises
favorite
are
animal.
fine, turtles aren't.
No, all of the above.
All of the above. What's wrong with tortoises?
They're huge and old.
The giant tortoise is huge and old. What about a not giant tortoise?
They're small and dumb.
That does remind me of a video I saw yesterday. It's Jonathan the tortoise is 180 something years old. He could have stopped it. He just watched the world burn. He watched people lose their cultures and were robbed of their livelihood, and he didn't stop it. Jonathan.
Exactly.
But just because Jonathan is a douchebag doesn't mean other tortoises are douchebags. I don't think you have any right to be yelling at tortoises like you are, because
Okay.
I guess I can understand why you don't like snapping turtles, because they're kind of scary looking and they can get really big and they do bite your fingers and stuff off. But
Or half your foot.
other turtles, you don't have any right to dog
I
on
will
other
give
turtles.
a free pass to some sea turtles and tortoises. I could hang out. I could have a pet tortoise in my backyard and feed him.
In your
That would be
backyard?
fine. Yeah,
I don't think
that
he'd
would be.
live very happily in your backyard, but
He
okay.
would. He'd be fine. He'd have a pool and stuff. I'm fine with that. And the sea turtles that they put their little eggs in the beach and stuff, and you can't touch them.
Yeah?
I'm cool with those guys too. I don't like turtles. All right, I don't like them. People that have like little baby pet turtles, I will play hockey with that turtle. I hate that turtle.
Oh my gosh, dude. That's so BM. Why would you say that? What?
I hate
Wait. So you're
turtles.
telling me if you are driving and you see a turtle in the middle of the road, you don't stop?
Well, no, I just I miss it. I don't hit them on purpose. That would probably mess up my car.
That's why? That's why you don't hit them on purpose, is because it might mess up your car?
Okay, but we've talked about how many animals I've accidentally murdered with my vehicle. Turtles have not been them because I avoid hitting them.
Okay, but you don't stop and move them in the direction they were going?
They know what they're doing.
They can't move faster than 0.5 speed.
Okay, one time I was delivering meals to old people for volunteer service, and I was with a friend, and there's a big old turtle in the middle of the road. And this was one of my turtle hatred developing moments because the person I was with made me pull over so they could get out and carry this massive, nasty creature from the middle of the road. And the thing is, if you put a turtle back in the way that they're not facing, then they're just going to do it again, probably.
Okay,
That's my thought process.
real quick interjection. If the person that got out of your car to do this did that, that is not the turtle's fault. You were in the car with an idiot.
The person that moved the turtle
Yeah, if the turtle is clearly walking across the
in a
road
certain direction
this way and you put it back,
where it came from.
yeah, you're the dumbest. You're a snakester and you probably wear your mask down below your nose.
I can say that this person does do that. But Um, uh, but I mean, screw you, turtles.
Wait, what? There's okay. First off, I don't know if I can respect you if you don't stop to move a turtle across the road. Unless you're in a time crunch or have a reason to get to where I don't expect anyone to stop something important to move a turtle, but if you're just driving to get food and you don't stop to move a turtle, you're the worst type of person.
Okay, I will make this promise to you. If there is a small turtle in the middle of the road, it is not injured, I will move it if time allows.
If time allows.
But if it's
Thank
a
you.
big turtle, even if I have all the time in the world, I am driving past that turtle.
I do
I'm
have
not
a
going to hit them.
I do have a turtle story. I do. I was driving home one day and I was on this road that is nowhere near a body of water bowl.
A
A,
body of water bowl.
a body of water that is suitable for this creature that I saw. But I'm driving, and in the middle of the road, there is a dinosaur. There
Okay,
is
no, no.
Godzilla in a shell in the middle of the road. I swear to you, bigger than my head, about the size of my midsection. Snapping turtle. It had a tail that was like 6 inches long.
Yeah, that's when you just take a chainsaw.
It was a prehistoric phenomena in the middle of this stupid
A
ho-dunk
walking
town
fossil.
in Illinois, dude. This creature hissed at me. I obviously didn't get out of my car because,
Yeah.
as previously known and found out before, I like my digits. I like having them, and I didn't want to lose them on this like random Tuesday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. My biggest question is, where did this turtle come from? This giant alligator snapping turtle was in the middle of the road between two cornfields.
Yeah.
Where did he
Turtles are
come from?
dumb. Turtles are stupid.
Where did he come from? Anyway, if you see one of the cute little box turtles in the middle of the road
Yes.
and you
Move
don't,
them.
you're the worst. And if you
I might
turn them
slide them
around,
across with my feet. Is that fine?
no, no, that's horrible. They can feel their shells, you turd. You can't slide them with your foot. They're not hockey pucks, despite how hockey puck-ish they look.
Well, I'm telling you, if you have a small turtle pet, I'm coming over and I'm bringing hockey gear and I'm going to puck.
I'm going to slap shot your turtle like Wayne Gretzky. No, you're not allowed to slap shot turtles or tortoises. And the only time you are allowed to not move a turtle across the street is when it's a 30-pound dinosaur snapping turtle in the middle of the road.
That's what this turtle was.
No, it wasn't. I don't believe you were in the car with anyone dumb enough to get out and be like, I have to move this snapping turtle that has claws and a beak.
Later, I'll tell you who that person is, and I think you'll realize that yes, that is what happened.
That's fair enough. But three things we have discovered throughout this conversation. Move turtles across the street when you can. Don't turn them around. That's 2. And 3, I like my toes and fingers. And
And
actually, it's
here's
4. You're dumb for not liking turtles because they're cute animals.
okay, and then here's my points. Here we go.
Here we go.
Number 1, turtles are dumb and stupid. Sea turtles are okay. I will move nice turtles. Tortoises I could bear with. Number
Okay.
2, snapping turtles. Why are they living? Who made them? Why are they still happening? If you have one, move it.
Have you Okay, keep talking. Real quick question. Have you seen the one snapping turtle? Hold on. Keep talking. Keep talking about
The
your
one snapping turtle.
keep talking about your rules about turtles. And
Okay,
I'll
and
bring this up.
number 3, if you are not a turtler, I need you I need you to back me up because I don't like the turtles.
I'm a turtler. I'm not gonna lie to you, brother. I'm a turtler. I love the turtles.
It goes snakesters, and right above them are turtlers.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna share. You got to stop sharing your screen in Zoom so I can show you this turtle.
Please, please.
For all you audio listeners, Brayden just went from smile to not smile. I googled giant alligator snapping turtle. These things don't deserve life. Brayden is silent. He has no words. Oh, look at how big its mouth is.
Oh my god, I hate it. Oh my god.
Your whole arm could fit in there, dude.
My whole head.
Right, like a watermelon, dude. Like a watermelon, that thing could bite through your head.
Oh my god. Yeah, look up giant alligator snapping turtle if you want to be on my side. Join the anti-snapping turtle coalition. I need your help.
I
We
think,
are going to rid these beasts and put them on an island and they're going to fight each other till the death.
yeah, but then we're gonna create a what is Kong called and Godzilla? What are they called? Titan. We're gonna create a Titan alligator snapping turtle, and then it's gonna become like a floating island. People are gonna live on it, on the snapping
Could you
turtle.
imagine if like a 700-foot snapping turtle came and attacked a city?
I would just
Ate
like to point out.
skyscrapers whole?
I would just like to point out there is every chance that that is real because we have only explored like 5% of our oceans. There could be a giant snapping turtle living at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, we're going to change subjects. I don't want to talk about turtles anymore. I'm getting nauseous and scared.
Nauseous and scared. Anyway, we can move into our tier list now. Today's tier list
Okay.
is fast food restaurants.
We're giving these 1 to 100 as
And
usual.
I would like to point out that I think this won't get heated, but Braden and I probably feel very strongly about fast food being as large as we are and as in charge as we are. So
um,
this could get
I
very
love me
heated.
some fast food. I don't eat it too often, but I do have some strong opinions on it.
I eat it. I'm sad to admit, but almost exclusively because it's either fast food or dorm food for me. I don't really have anything else.
Number 1 is Arby's. 1 to 100. Go at it.
I have the floor. I like Arby's. I only ever get one thing from Arby's. It's a chicken bacon Swiss with no tomatoes, large curly fry, and a large Coke or Dr. Pepper. That meal, that sandwich, tastes impeccable. It is so good. I've never had one that I didn't like. As for the rest of the menu, I used to get roast beef. The roast beef there is good. I used to be an Arby's hater for no reason. I like their food. When saying I hated Arby's, I'm going to give Arby's an 82 because I don't think it's that bad. I do think rats dwell within every Arby's, and
Yes.
it's secretly
Yes.
rats in Arby's uniforms running it, but the food is
Snapping turtles.
fine. Yeah, snapping turtle. The snapping turtle is at the head CEO position of Arby's, but the food is good, so I'm willing to overlook it.
um, I love Arby's. I love Arby's sauce, horsey sauce, curly fries. The Jamocha shake is perfect.
I don't know what that is.
It's coffee freaking milkshake, dude. It's amazing.
I'll have to try it.
And I get like the cheese beef thing. I don't know. I get the classic cheddar and meat on a bun.
The Arby's special.
Yeah. And I love it. I love Arby's. That's really the only thing I get. They have other things, but
Yeah,
I like to stick to what I know is good,
yeah.
especially when coming from the equivalent of a prison dungeon. Um,
What? What does that mean?
that's the kitchen. It's just
Oh,
rats and um. But I'm gonna give it an 85.
85. I'm glad we agree on Arby's. It's pretty good. It's just also I'll take your thunder since you like to say this all the time. Arby's is a play on words because Arby roast beef. Braden likes to say that to every new person he meets, which is why he only has two best friends.
Hey, do you guys know what RB stands for? What do you mean? I thought it was some guy's name. No, roast beef.
It's roast beef.
The next one's Dairy Queen.
I would be fine with eating Dairy Queen for the rest of my life only if I had to. I would never go out of my way to go to Dairy Queen for food. The ice cream's good. One time I went to Dairy Queen, I ordered a bacon burger. I got a stale bun, unmelted cheese, lukewarm burger patty, and two cold to the touch slices of bacon. I'm
Did
going to
you eat it?
Of course I ate it. What? I was hungry. Of course I ate it. I wasn't happy about it, but anything to make a turd.
Nom nom nom. I'm mad.
Yeah. But like a 6. Well, maybe not a
Out
6.
of 100?
I'll give it like a 22.
Out of 100?
Yeah. Their chicken strips are usually really good. Their fries are okay. You know what? That's a lie. Don't write that one down. I keep changing it. I'm sorry. I'll give it a passing grade only because of their ice cream and chicken strips and french fries. I'll give it a 62. But just know that I hate every other aspect of Dairy Queen.
DQ gets a 95 just for ice cream alone. This is my favorite place to get ice cream. My favorite ice cream I've ever had is from DQ. And I've probably eaten their actual food like 3 times in my life. I
Yeah,
only get ice cream there. It's so good. I'm down with the DQ.
fair enough.
95.
If we were rating ice cream places, I would probably give it somewhere up there too. But I just can't. I can't let the lackluster food slide. I just can't.
That's that's true.
But I do like their chicken strips a lot. Okay, what do we got next? Burger King.
Yeah.
Burger King. You want to go first for Burger King?
I do. I do. Screw you, Burger King. I hate you, Burger King. Everything you make tastes bad.
Is that
That's
it?
all I have to say. You get a 12.
A 12? Okay, well, I halfway agree with you. I like the Bacon King from Burger King, which is basically just a bacon burger the size of a Whopper. And it's really hard to mess up a bacon burger. You just put like ketchup, mayo, and bacon on it. So
That's true.
I have something I will get if we go to Burger King. Every once in a while I will choose to go to Burger King. I like the chicken fries just because they're like a nice snack. The I will burn every Burger King to the ground if they don't start getting a bigger large fry. The large fry from Burger King is so small. It's so small. It's it's ridiculous. And the fries are like pretty big. I kind of like their fries. They usually need more salt. Their fries are big for French fries. And then you get like 15 fries in a large fry because the cup is the size of a dipping thing. And I have something I like from Burger King. I'm not going to let it pass. Their Coke is good. I'm going to give it a 52.
Screw you, Burger King.
Screw you, Burger King.
No one likes you. If you're a Whopper guy, you're also a Snakester Turtler.
I do have a quick story about Burger King that you might know because Bert Kreischer told it. Um, Apparently, the Burger King swore off the Confederate flag first. He has a story about how he was in Georgia, the South, with his wife and their family, and
Yeah.
they weren't going to go to Burger King because they didn't fly the Confederate flag anymore. So props to Burger
Right.
King. Props to Burger King for getting rid of the Confederate flag. That doesn't make your food good, and we're not rating your political opinions, so I still stick with my number.
Screw you, Burger King.
I'm
Taco
t-
Bell.
I'm taking 100. If I could say adjective bad words, all of them would be used to describe how good Taco Bell is. I love Taco Bell. 100.
Yeah, I'm giving Taco Bell 98. Crunchwrap Supreme is like my favorite fast food.
It's so good. Everything on the menu
And
at Taco Bell is so good.
that nacho platter they had, it is so, I mean, kudos to you, Taco Bell.
Right.
I don't think I have anything else to say. It's good and yummy.
Their fries, dude, have you had their fries?
I have not had the nacho fries.
They are unmatched. When it comes to
Really?
fast food fries, you can't put them at the top because they're not, one, they're not there all the time, and two, they're not actual regular fries. They have like seasoning and stuff on them.
Hmm.
They are so good. I could get emotional about how much I like Taco Bell because Taco Bell has been my happy place for so long. And I feel like the people here on it's only my second semester at this school, and I'm pretty sure the people at Taco Bell know me.
They have to.
Yeah, I'm there almost all the time. And just by the way, I don't always get the most unhealthy thing at Taco Bell. They have this chicken power bowl, which has black beans, rice, guacamole, chicken, sour cream. It's like supposed to be a protein rich thing. I don't know. It's probably not that actually. It's probably not that healthy, but it's so good. And everything from Taco Bell is so good. And that was not even taking into account the fact that they have Baja Blast, which, as we previously learned on a different podcast, I also love Baja Blast. So
Such a good soda.
Taco Bell is a 100 for me.
I'm okay with you doing that.
I honestly don't think I'll. I think I might give a 100 to one other one on this list.
Okay. Okay.
What do we got next?
Five Guys.
This was the other one I was going to give a 100. I'm trying to think. You know what? I took Taco Bell first last time. You can have the floor on this one, and then I'll butt in later.
Five Guys fries, freshly chopped, freshly fried, freshly yummy. You can literally make any burger that you want, and it's not like crazy expensive. And when I went to Germany in Berlin, all I wanted was a burger, and there was a Five Guys, and it was the best Five Guys burger I had was in Germany, and that tells you something. So Five Guys gets a 97 because it's not as good as Taco Bell because I'm not always in the mood for Five Guys.
Right. I'm not always in the mood for Five Guys. Also, there's not as many of them, which isn't Five Guys' fault, but it does have to be something I limit my points on. If you like French fries, they supply you with a metric ton of
Yeah,
them
and
every
then
time.
they give you a cup serving, however large the cup is, and then they throw like a
More in the
double
bag.
serving on top, just on
Yeah.
in the bag.
Because who doesn't love bag fries? The burgers are always perfectly cooked. Well, that's not always. That's, you know what I mean. They're really good.
Yeah,
I love Five Guys. I wish there were more of them. It's not super expensive, especially to
I
get a
wish there were
custom
more
burger.
guys
I wish there
so we
was
could have more
like
burgers.
12 to 13,000 more guys around the world so I could have it more often. I'm going to give it probably also 97 actually. That's a really good rating for it.
Yeah.
Our next one's KFC and I'm giving KFC a 2
Oh, why?
cuz it sucks.
Why?
I don't know. It's fried chicken. I could go to a grocery store and get fried chicken. I haven't. Okay, I shouldn't be so hasty. I guess I haven't had their chicken sandwich, but I also haven't heard anything good about it. So I'll give it a 15. I'll change my 2 to a
KFC's
15.
commercials are weird.
They
It's
made a gaming
biscuits.
console for
It's
some reason.
biscuits and freaking mashed potatoes, like and it's slaw. That's all good.
Yeah, it's
But
good.
the chicken's chicken.
It's not special. People have
Yeah,
found like maggots in the chicken and stuff.
yeah. I mean, same for Mickey D's. They found like bird poop in a nugget.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
what'd you give it?
a 15.
A 15. I'll give it a 30.
It's bad. It's not good. The colonel is clearly a racist plantation owner. Like
Yeah.
I
Who?
can't believe people are okay with them having that image, but whatever.
Wendy's.
96.
96.
I Love Wendy's. Well, yeah, no, I love Wendy's. It's like Five Guys, but there's more of them, but you can't customize your burger, which is why it's less than Five
Yeah.
Guys.
Wendy's gets a 99 for me.
It's so good. It is so good.
The 4 for 4 is
It's
unbeatable.
it's a combo unmatched. I mean,
You
it's
can't
so good.
beat it. You
I
can't
every
beat
time, and I this is probably why I weigh more than LeBron James, but every
it.
time I go there, it's a Baconator with a large fry and a large Coke or Dr Pepper, dude. It's so good. It's so good. The Baconator is the best bacon burger I've ever had.
I
At
love
a
the
commercial
Baconator.
place, I did have a Baconator at this weird diner in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, that was like insane, but
Well, it also wasn't called a Baconator. It was called like a
it was
bacon
just a bacon.
cheeseburger.
Yeah, I love Wendy's. I'm sticking with my 96, one under
All right.
Five Guys, because if Five Guys had more locations, you best believe they'd be closer to 100. Although they can't really get a whole lot closer to 100, but you know what I mean.
Subway.
0. I know that hurts you because I'm pretty sure you like Subway, but I hate Subway. I can appreciate the healthiness. Okay, I won't give it a 0 just to make you
It's
happy.
not really that healthy. They put sugar in their bread.
Yeah, it's supposed to
Some
be.
countries don't allow them to call their bread bread because of how much sugar is in it. So they have to call it cake.
I did not know that.
But
I
keep going.
can I can get behind the healthy aspect of Subway. Sometimes their sandwiches are good. Most of the time they suck so much. Every time I get a drink from Subway in one of their cups, it tastes weird. It's like they make their cups strangely and differently than other businesses. But I'm giving Subway actually a 2, and I don't feel bad about it. Subway is not that healthy. I had a grain of rice of respect for them until Jared, and I don't know. I guess that's not their fault, but it's really hard to keep your image of a company up when something like that happens. But
Yeah, he
it's
was a
not good.
knucklehead.
He was a rabble rouser for sure. I
Uh,
hate Jared Fogle, but yeah, I'm sticking with my 2. Their cookies, okay, I'll give it a 10. Their cookies are really good, but that's also like goes against the whole eat fresh side of Subway.
Subway gets an 80.
Yeah, I knew you liked Subway.
I have sandwiches that I get there every time that are very nostalgic and delicious to me. And most things, like there's a lot of things I don't like there, but if I'm making my sandwich, that is an overall B experience,
Yeah,
and I enjoy it.
I I have a sandwich that I like there, but I have something I like at most places, and I just don't. I can't get behind it. I can't get behind Subway. You want to take
You
the?
ready? You ready for this last one?
This is the last one.
Yeah. All right, no, we got two more, or one more after this.
Okay, you can take the
Um,
floor for this one. I think I took the last
Chick
2.
Fil A. We're judging food. We're not judging politics, excluding their hating gays. Chick Fil A's an 100, dude.
Yeah,
I love it. Their spicy chicken sandwich, their normal chicken sandwich, their waffle fries, their Chick Fil A sauce, their Polynesian sauce.
I don't think I
I'm
can give it
down.
100.
I'm okay. Well,
It'll be in the 90s because it is like no other. Their food is so good. Their fries are so good. I have a personal vendetta with people who won't eat the fries that are like the heel of the potato. You know what I mean?
those are so good.
They're they are no different than the other fries. It's just like slightly more potato. I don't get it.
Potatoey,
I
potacious.
don't I'm going to give what did I give Wendy's? I'll give it what did I Five Guys? I'll put it at a 98 just because there's more of them. It's one more than Five Guys.
Okay.
It's super good. It's really hard for me to look past the fact that they are openly homophobic, but like that's pretty messed up, especially in today's climate. But they're lucky they have good food because I will continue to go there.
Oh, and their lemonade. Oh,
I don't ever get their lemonade. I'm sure it's
so
good,
good.
but it also
So
probably tastes
delicious.
like every other lemonade.
All right. Last one's McDonald's.
I don't know, 85. They've been here for a long time. They've been around forever. They have had multiple controversies. It's basically like one a year since they've become a company. Their food is pretty good. Their chicken nuggets are good. I gave it an 85
The Big Mac.
only because of the McChicken and the Big
Oh,
Mac.
the
Those are
McChicken's pretty bomb.
those are pretty much the only two things I ever get. I only ever get a Big Mac if I'm feeling spicy, a McChicken if I want to enjoy myself, or chicken nuggets if I'm in a rush and I need something to sit in my stomach. Everyone talks about how good their chicken. They're not that good. Their chicken nuggets are not that good.
I think they're pretty good.
Well, they are pretty good, but they're not that good. They're not as good as everyone makes them out to be. Because pretty much consistently for the last year, every time I've gotten chicken nuggets, they just taste like the color gray.
Okay.
The fries there are amazing. Okay, hold on. I'm giving it more than an 85 because they have perfected the straw.
Yes, and they're Coke.
Every
And they're bringing
soda,
back High C. They're bringing back Orange High C, which is my favorite
I heard
childhood
that.
drink.
I love orange high C.
Good
Every
lord.
soda, every beverage from McDonald's tastes better because they have science behind their straws. I've heard that they're slightly bigger than straws you would get at other places, which has some ridiculous thing to do with like flavor and stuff.
And carbonation.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it 89, I guess.
Okay.
A solid high B plus, but it's a it's really a garbage dump. Are you gonna
Well,
rate? You didn't rate McDonald's.
yeah, they're getting an 80, same as Subway. There's good things, there's bad things.
Yeah, I agree.
Their apple slices ruined my childhood. Um,
Really? Wait, hold
yeah.
on. You're gonna have to talk about that.
I wanted fries, and my mom's like, "Here's
Oh,
your burger with apple slices."
yeah.
I'm like, "I don't like you, mom, anymore. You gave me
Well,
fruit."
now she listens, so this will be interesting.
No, my mom is an amazing, lovely woman, but when she would, or maybe no, I never. It was with my great grandma because she would go get a Big Mac every Thursday. She went shopping. That's who it was.
Not your
And
mom.
no, no,
Love you,
she'd let
Mrs.
me get the
Hilarious.
fries.
Love
She'd
you,
let
Mrs.
me get
Hilarious.
she'd let me get the fries. But my grandma, she would get me a Happy Meal and always got the apple slices, and it was pretty shocking and horrible.
I loved apples growing up, so I didn't mind the apple slices. But
I mean, yeah, I liked apples, but
once you hit the age of the fries, you will never go back
yes.
unless you're a snakester or a snapping
So
turtler.
for the first time in tier list history, we have a tie.
Really?
Yes. Taco Bell with 198 and Chick-fil-A with 198.
That actually sums up my first 2 semesters of college perfectly.
But there's more.
Oh? More ties or what?
Yeah.
Oh.
Tied for second is Five Guys in Winders.
I see nothing wrong with these ties so far.
Me either. Me either at all. And then, bringing up the back end, it goes from Arby's to Mickey D's. But all you need to know is that Burger King and KFC are stupid and
But
dumb.
but Burger King is better than KFC.
I disagree.
Well, you're wrong. You don't like turtles and turtles are cute, so get over yourself.
All right. Well, guys, thanks for sticking around. Sorry for the long time between the episodes.
The knuckle hiatus.
Yeah, but we were knuckle deep in other things.
Okay. All right. Like snow.
Yeah.
Slidaciousness.
Well, guys, we'll see you next time. Um, you can listen to us. Well, if you're listening, then you know what you're listening on. But follow us on iTunes,
Give us a
Spotify,
review. Please give us a review.
YouTube, Podbean. Leave the reviews. It helps us out a ton.
If you get this
Um,
far in the episode, rate 5 stars and comment Braden and August are the fattest humans on the planet.
and we'll enter you in a drawing for getting a high five.
Shout out. Well, I'll just say your name on the next podcast.
Okay. Alrighty.
Goodbye, you foolish fools.
Don't be a turtle or a snakester.